The TARDIS lands in England, 1926, and the Doctor and Donna find themselves invited, with the help of the psychic paper, to a garden party, with a special guest being none other than Agatha Christie, the famous murder mystery writer. After a murder happens at the party, the Doctor, Donna, and Agatha are thrown into a real-life murder case, but things aren't all as they seem, as it turns out that the killer is also an alien. Can the Doctor, Agatha, and Donna find out who is disguising themselves as human, and why? Will the unicorn, the master jewel thief, have anything to do with the murders? And is it a coincidence that this is all happening around Agatha Christie? Let's discuss The Unicorn and the Wasp, which was written by Gareth Roberts and aired on the 17th of May, 2008.
I'm Conrad.
And I'm Nick.
And we are
The Eyes of Harmony.
No.
Not said in harmony.
Not even close.
That was so far off. So, this story, which aired, is the 7th story of the 4th season of the new series of Doctor Who, so series really, and directed by none other than Graham Harper, the only director who's come from the classic era and actually continued in the new Who era.
No, I think he only did K's
Angel's Army. I don't know, let's check. But anyway, yes. So, this story, how do you want to start us off?
Well, right off the bat, the period it gets perfectly.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Like, it feels like you're actually in the 1920s. Like, people act like it. The setting is like perfect for it, and like just feels like now you're back in the 1920s.
It does. It works incredibly well. That you're right back there in time, you know, and it's kind of a fresh feeling because we've never kind of been at the posh end like we'd been back in Manhattan, which was kind of, you know, that was more the slumps though.
And that was 10 years later.
Yeah, and we're at the you know, at the top British.
Quite.
Like, carry on, as David Tennant says. But yeah, I also like how they arrived straight away. That's all nice. You know, Donna and Doctor, nice friendship. No blooming.
So go for that then.
No blooming love triangle rubbish. This, oh god. Actually, Graham Harper did Revelation of the Daleks as well. Just looking at this, so he did 2 classic stories. Anyway, back on the story. So we arrive at the party, and they introduce. What I love is the Cluedo reference. Professor Plum in the library with the lead. That was. Gareth Roberts must have had so much fun writing this one.
Oh yeah.
It's such a fun story. I don't get how it gets so it's not perfect. We're not saying that, but I don't see how it gets so much hate. Many people
I haven't
say.
heard a lot of the hate.
I've seen it. Like, people put it in like the worst stories of New Who. Sometimes I'm like, how? I've seen some really harsh things, but I've never seen anything to back it up. But so it starts off there at the party, and then, not in a crowbarred way, they introduce every character. Because that's how they used to do it. They used to do it like that. They used to go, and here is our...
It very much feels like a legitimate murder mystery story. I mean, you introduce all the characters, you have suspicious things happening with them, and various clues you pick up along the way, and then it all leads up to, the final conclusion, which is, once again, very portrayed it nails the whole murder mystery aspect of it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I couldn't guess who it was first time watching it. Definitely, I could not guess it. I could not have called it that it was the Reverend. No, there's one clue early on which actually kind of helps you realise that it's when they're all giving their statement on where they were at 4:15, and everybody, when they tell their story, something visually happens to show that they're lying. Lady, what's her name? Lady
Edison?
Lady Edison. She was drinking, and her husband, Colonel Hugh, he was, looking at women in raunchy clothes for back then. But the only person who didn't lie really was the Reverend, who was putting his clothes. But he's supposed to get a laugh of, when you're never alone when you're truly with God. That's it makes sense that it was him, really.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, you know, he did state that he was raised by the fathers, meaning an orphan, which was really well done.
Yeah. The way they brought it all together at the end, it was really good. Already 4 minutes in, discussing how it ends.
Yeah, oops. So Agatha Christie, oh my god, performed so well. Whenever I think of Agatha Christie now, I literally think of Fenella Walgar, who, I hope I'm not butchering your name, but she plays Agatha Christie in this story, and my god, she gets it so perfectly.
Nailed.
Perfectly. You literally, I cannot, whenever I think of Agatha Christie now, like the writer, I just see her from Doctor Who. It's funny, actually, looking at her filmography, the first thing she appeared in was Agatha Christie's Poirot.
Oh.
So that's quite funny.
Yeah, fitting that.
And she then became Agatha Christie, so mad.
Yeah, fitting.
But yeah, and then she appeared in Poirot again later. But yeah, no, she was damn good, and her like next to the Doctor it's just so enjoyable. The banter again. I also love when the Doctor starts reminiscing about when he was in Belgium.
Yeah.
It's like I was chasing down Charmoon, who'd been kidnapped by a crazed computer. That's all enjoyable. Donna Moore takes the back foot for quite a bit of the episode until the Wasp reveal, which is really good. That's so well done. Behind the curtains, they think it's like just a wasp behind the curtains. And then she opens the curtains, and it's like, oh my god. But yeah, the Wasp looks really well done.
Oh yeah, no, that's. I mean, of course you could say it was CG, but it's quite good looking CG.
It is like you can kind of, and the way they act off it's quite good. Also, how they made the stinger kind of real when it came through the door.
Yeah. Well done.
But yeah, I mean the characters. I mean, Lady Edison's good. I mean, there's not much to her. She's a lady and she drinks a bit. I mean, that's kind of it, really. There's just not much to the other characters. I mean, there's funny things happen with the characters, like Roger, I think his name is, and the butler. When he says, like, I was walking alone, completely alone, all alone. And then later when it's like they've chased the Wasp, but it's like, show yourself, and then everybody steps out their room. And the butler just pokes his head around the door where Roger was, and that's like such a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
So well done. But it's just like it's good, but there's not really too much to really discuss. I mean, the murder mystery part they get good. The soul reveal. Having the unicorn at the same time was really well done. They managed to actually kind of fit in.
Considering the fact that was like an title before the Wasp. Yeah, first off, that was kind of weird, but second off, didn't really do a lot, really, for Unicorn.
Yeah,
she just kind of threw her tools out the window, and that was about it.
When they realised that there was such
and also got the
It made sense though, because the Firestone was notoriously known, you know. So it made sense that she was there, but like, you know, plus it added a cool name. Though I don't know why the Unicorn, but you know. Not too bad.
Some sort of code name.
Yeah, it's just so she kind of didn't have much to her. Though I liked it when her accent changed after.
Oh yeah, the way they just did the transition like that.
Fair cop, you got me. Yeah, so looking at Dynamic Ratings, which is a Doctor Who rating site, it's at 145. Unicorn of the Wasp with a 6.68.
140. That's not.
It's kind of very middle, 145 out of 288.
I can see that.
That's so
it does well. There are still like a couple of issues I have with it, like Donna, especially like at the ending when they're.
Donna is so annoying.
She can be, yeah.
So annoying. It's like, so I did the murder. First time watching, it's funny. Repeat watchings, it gets annoying.
Well, it's like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, I think it's because people do that. That's the joke. It's the joke that people always do that when they're watching a murder mystery. Yeah. They're like, I know I do it. I do it myself. But I usually give reasons. I don't just go, it was him. So was it him? It's like, so she killed him. No. Like, sometimes it's funny, but then it was too overdone. And I think this is actually the first time that Donna was kind of not done to her best. I think it's probably the worst story where Donna's they haven't got Donna. Because one thing I want to point out, for those of you who followed us and have watched our Beast Below review, you'll see that we kind of got angry at what Amy did with pushing the button, not asking the doctor. You know, in that one, she pushes the button. Doesn't Donna do exactly the same kind of thing with grabbing the firestone and just throwing it in the water?
Yeah,
the wasp kills itself, and then the doctor goes, "Donna, it couldn't help itself," and she goes, "Neither could I." Like, what a rubbish excuse. Yes, you could.
Oh yeah, that was.
You purposely went out the way to grab it and throw it in the water. You knew exactly what you were doing.
Well, no, she knew what she was doing. She just couldn't help herself, I guess.
It was a rubbish excuse. That was like.
Besides that, well, it was either that or Agatha dunking herself into like.
Yeah, true, but I just think it's kind of kind of the same situation. It could be killing a creature, you know.
Actually, I wanna just mention that. How does the necklace become attached to Agatha when it was just because Lady Esson was reading the book?
Yeah, that is
because you would assume that it would be attached to the book because that was what affected. Well, how did it become attached to actual Agatha Christie?
I guess she was holding it, so her mental thought about chase me, blah blah blah, was running through it. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, those are the weaker aspects of the episode, I would say.
I mean, there's a few other nitpicks, like so first of all, yeah, he gets that. I understand how he knew to kill Professor Plum, because that's kind of he's always nosing about was what was said, so it makes sense that he'd probably find out. The thing that doesn't make sense is how did the Wasp know to kill Mrs. Chandralaka, the maid, the one who pushes the statue one? He couldn't have had any clue. I mean, they never specify that the Wasp has great listening abilities. If they had, then that would have made more sense. Okay, that would have made it would have made more sense in that aspect. Okay, like catching out, blah blah blah. But there's a one massive plot hole actually, which I found, which is later in. So, great scene where the Doctor gets poisoned, and they're trying to trying to detox. That is really enjoyable.
And David Tennant does that
and it's like a shock. And it's like, no, what do you need? A Harvey Wallbanger. That's when Donna's good, like in that scene.
Yeah.
And also the bit where they're in the office and it's like, this is a bit weird, murder mystery and Agatha Christie. It's not like you come across Charles Dickens with ghosts at Christmas.
Wow.
And then she's like, tell me there's no Noddy. That is enjoyable Donna.
That's a good moment.
At the end, the last 7 minutes is just annoying. But anyway, so the Doctor, so he detoxes and then he gets the idea for poisoning. So they're all at the table. Now, he reveals before anybody started eating that there's pepperine, which is an insecticide.
Yeah.
So, why reveal that? Maybe, he doesn't want to kill the Wasp. Okay? No. So he does it that way. But instead of giving the Wasp the chance to then attack like it did in the room, okay, why not make people eat the soup one by one, and just before they take the first mouthful, you tell them there's pepperine when they're in a room separately. If they eat it, they're not the Wasp. If they refuse, it's obviously the Wasp. I mean, that's kind of simple, isn't it?
Well, because people would be it'd be kind of suspicious if you did it one by one.
Yeah, but then you'd know, because then if someone turned around, so then at least you could cut down 3 people. You could do 3 at a time. There was about 6 people. Also, that knife in Roger's back wasn't deep enough to kill him. Just saying.
Yeah.
You could tell it was literally like the tip was in. It was like, okay, calm down. First time. Oh, it's too good. Not going to turn that into a super innuendo. But yeah, so it was just fun though. There was all the references to Agatha Christie stories. They do it with mirrors. That's one of them. There's one which you might not have got, which is when they're at the water outside. It's like murder at the Vicar's Rage. And he goes, needs a bit of work. It's because there's actually murder at the Vicarage. Vicar's Rage. Vicar Rage. It worked. They were really good ones. And I think there was another one in there somewhere. Also, I did like the first time Donna revealed about the Orient Express, and the Doctor goes, "But not yet."
Yeah,
I like that teeth chomp he does. It's just so good. But there is one weird cut where they're all like, "Agatha, you need to help us. You're an expert." And she's like, "I can't help. The Doctor will help you." And we cut to being outside, and she's sitting kind of upset outside.
Well, actually, no, there was a bit more to that scene, wasn't it? Like, because it kind of continues on with the doctor.
No, it doesn't. No,
Kind of...
no, she just turns and the doctor's like, right, yes. And then it cuts to her being outside. It's like, yeah, but what's the doctor doing? You know?
Yeah, it's just like,
I get confused. But like, I think the best scenes here are when it's the Agatha and David Tennant.
Yeah, I think those work really well. I also really like the flashbacks, just in general, like that whole setup and how that's portrayed.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Quite nicely.
It was just generally, it's a fun episode to watch, but nothing groundbreaking, nothing amazing.
It has its issues, but I think overall it's a pretty strong episode.
Yeah, I'd say the most like kind of boring side characters, probably the butler could have had a bit more to it. Like the problem is with a 45-minute story time slot, you don't have much time to flesh out the side characters. You only have time for one, and in this one it was Agatha Christie.
Yeah,
they did that really well. Gareth Roberts did it really
and so
well.
I said Lady Edison, I guess.
And yeah,
because you got her detailed backstory.
Oh yeah, that was really well done, and it was nice that she fell in love with an alien. And, it wasn't an evil alien; it was just by accident did the Reverend become murderous because Lady Edison was reading a murder thing. So that's what he thought life was.
Yeah,
and that was imprinted in his brain. That was nice, and it's a really enjoyable mid season. I'm glad it's in the middle of the season.
Yeah, it fits there.
It fits, especially because then it's 2-parter, then kind of a 1-part, which is Midnight, and then kind of Turn Left kind of connects to the Stolen Earth a bit.
It does. Well, it's kind of like it's all kind of a build-up.
Yeah.
But I think Turn Left stands very much in its own.
Yeah, it's kind of like the smallest connection. But yeah,
we'll cover that not too long.
Yes. Spoilers.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah. So. Not really much to say. Side characters, they're kind of not super deep. I mean, there's a gay character. They kind of have like the trait, their main trait, and then that's it. The only ones who get kind of fleshed out is Lady Edison.
I think that's supposed to kind of be part of the kind of
fun,
the murder kind of stereotype. You got the stereotypes in there that appear in like standard like novels like that. So. He's just kind of trying to place a doctor in that kind of setting alongside Agatha Christie with the
just make it fun really. It's just a fun story like the Unquite Dead. That was kind of fun. I mean, I watched it recently. It's actually quite dark really, but like it's a fun setup. They just decided to play that one more dark, but there's other ones like Robots of Sherwood is a fun. They kind of got it wrong, but it's a fun one. Vampires of Venice is a fun story. I'm just trying to look. God Complex is a fun one, though it does have the ending. Night Terrors is a fun one. There's Doctor Who has like universe changes, ones which like have big things for the season, the season arc. Well, then there's just the fun ones, like also Dinosaurs on a Spaceship, fun one.
Yeah.
Something which isn't going to be a historically amazing story, but it's great entertainment, and that's what this one is. And that's I just think it gets a little bit too low on people's opinions.
No, to be fair, when you look to the website, kind of having it kind of halfway, I think
that feels kind of right.
Yeah, that feels right for the episode. Like, good.
Also, it's weird to see the Doctor drive. Every time the Doctor gets in a car, like in New Who, it's odd. I always find it odd. Like when Peter Capaldi in the Zygon one, like just starts driving a van.
Well, of course he can, and he has in the past.
I know, but it's just odd seeing them doing it, because they haven't done it. They didn't do it in New Who that much.
Not so much, no.
But yeah, it's lucky the keys were in that car, actually.
Yeah.
Though we could have probably Sonicked it.
True.
But, yeah, there's this kind of like general good murder mystery, well built up.
Yeah.
Decent twist, decent reveal at the end. I think they went to the unicorn a bit too early straight away, but I love it when she goes to the guy in the wheelchair and is like, damn it, you found me out, and then he stands up. It's like, I was actually just going to say you're completely innocent. I was like, oh well, should I sit down? Yes, would probably be best. That was just such a great scene, and that's Gareth Roberts does those sweet funny scenes quite well really.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, it's just though I'm not a big fan of the Caretaker in Series 8, it did have funny parts to it. I hope he comes back for the new season. But he also did the Shakespeare's Code, which I love. Shakespeare's Code is so good. Also did Planet of the Dead with Russell T Davies, which is okay. I mean, it was kind of
like that.
The Lodger. It's all right. Closing Time. It's all right.
Yeah.
They have funny moments in them. And The Caretaker. It's all right. Gareth Roberts is a very all right. The Shakespeare's Code and Unicorn of Wasp, I would definitely say, are his best ones. I love Shakespeare's Code. Every time we ever did Shakespeare's stuff at school, I wanted to come home and just watch the Shakespeare Code, and I actually did quite a few times, really. I just really enjoy it, and it got me kind of enjoying it. Plus, I love the music in that one. Music in this one was kind of, it's more subtle.
Well, upon like getting to the party, I feel like I vaguely remember that tune, which was quite nice. It was fitting for its period.
Yeah, but the rest of it's kind of a bit more not like crazy. I mean, it's like it's got its own track. If you look at the series 3 soundtrack, it's just called The Unicorn and the Wasp, and that's kind of the suite it uses for this story. And it's kind of it's got the kind of detection stuff, and it's got a bit more actiony, but nothing kind of super special for this story. It's kind of that's kind of it. So it's kind of general thoughts really covered. I mean, the costumes and sets were good. It's just kind of that's it. It's a good story, but there's just not much really to discuss. It's just there, you know. Sorry, guys. So, Conrad, 3 good points.
Very good points. Okay. Getting the time period correct. That was very important for what they were trying to do, and they nailed that. I would say the overall structure of the episode, having it pretty much play out like very much like a proper murder mystery novel, other than the fact that it just has the Doctor and Donna in there. That works very well. And I would say just Agatha in general, like, she's done really well here, just acted very well, and they clearly researched up enough about her, and they still the character was true to the main character, the actual person.
Yeah. I'd probably agree mostly. Fenella, I think is how you pronounce it. Sorry if I'm butchering it. Fenella Woolgar as Agatha Christie is absolutely fantastic, especially next to David Tennant. I mean, those are the best scenes in the entire thing when they're just next to each other. My second one, the story in general, really well paced, no really slow scenes, an odd cut at one point when Donna's trying to like reconcile, but then she finds the box of thief tools, so I mean, it made sense to be in there. And then I liked actually how it actually fitted in with what actually happened when Agatha Christie disappeared for a few days. That was really cool. How, like they actually fitted science fiction into, what actually happened.
Well, actually,
so fiction, that she actually did disappear. Her car was found by a lake. That was pretty cool. Like how they actually managed that. But that's kind of it. So bad points, 3 bad points, worst of the worst points, if you can.
Yeah. So Donna, at the end, this last 7 minutes with the Gilda.
So she killed her.
Really? I would say about the stone being linked to like Agatha for whatever reason, that just didn't.
Yeah, it doesn't. Really it's confusing.
Make that much sense. And
Probably cut this bit out.
Yeah, I'd say probably like minus like the first couple of murders, not like enough of them are given quite enough like impact. It just swiftly moved on about.
Yeah, it's kind of all side characters that we don't care about.
Yeah.
What I think they should have done is actually maybe killed Lady Edison, because that would have made a bigger impact.
Well, maybe that'd be the last, like right at the end, like when instead of like them pulling her back when she tries to approach her son, he just outright goes for it.
Yeah, and that would have been quite cool. That probably would have been more of a Torchwood thing. Yeah, so bad points. You don't really care about who they murder. I mean, yeah, it's kind of disturbing when the statue falls on her, but I mean, she could have easily moved. I mean, she had like ages to
Yeah, she
scream.
just sort of stood there.
It's like, oh, come on, just move. If she hadn't have stood up and looked, it wouldn't have hit her, you know? So that was a bit rubbish. Donna is just very, very annoying. At the last 7 minutes, she's fine before it, but those last 7 minutes she gets, like, after your first watch, is just a pain. It was like, shut up. Let the story continue. Stop it. Oh, God. But it was good the first time. I'd say a bad thing is that there's not much to the story. I mean, it's still kind of fun, but once they're doing all the big reveal scene, on second watches, you lose that kind of, like, everything being revealed thing, so you're just kind of waiting for the chase to kind of occur. Though I do really love the dolly shot when like she realizes that it's her son. That's when the background pulls out, and
yeah,
I love those shots. Those are cool. Not used enough. It's used in Jaws actually. That film. That's, yeah. So the nerdy. So the Doctor says, when the Doctor says at the garden party, actually, I was just talking about Agatha Christie the other day. He actually was. In the end of Series 3, in The Last of the Time Lords, he's like, when he's ranting, to Martha as she enters, he's like, I bet meeting Agatha Christie, she would be brilliant. I bet she was brilliant. And then Donna, obviously, as we've already mentioned, mentions that, meeting Charles Dickens and Ghost of Christmas would be ridiculous, and that actually happened. Donna actually mentions Lance from The Runaway Bride. The Doctor has a flashback scene, and that about the Belgium, and then looking for Charlemagne who get kidnapped by an insane computer. That is actually was actually re-looked at in on the Doctor Who website in a short story called The Lonely Computer. Which, also, actually, one thing which was an outside reference, not to Doctor Who, but when he says, "Don't make me angry," is actually kind of a reference to the Incredible Hulk, when the reference says that, which I thought was like a small one. The very end, when the Doctor gets out the crate for C, he pulls out the Carrionite globe, which is from the Shakespeare's Code, which is from Gareth Roberts' story, and then the Cyber C chest plate, and that's what I got.
And one more thing, which I got, was like right at the very start of the episode, like as the Doctor and Donna step out the TARDIS, you can actually hear a wasp. It's a buzzing. Damn,
I didn't hear that. I'll look back.
It was a buzzing.
Damn. I did not. I'm gonna literally go back and look for that. Okay. So my conclusion: The Unicorn and the Wasp is a fun watch. Once the first viewing, as you generally have no idea who's done it. Like you don't know. It's fun the first time you watch because you don't know. It's all brand new information. The problem with murder-based stories is that you always remember the twist, or a lot of people remember the twist, which always detracts from repeat viewings. For having so many characters, Gareth Roberts manages to give enough screen time to all of them to make them at least enjoyable for a tiny bit, but there's not enough for you to care about when they're killed. The Doctor, Agatha Christie are just absolutely brilliant and enjoyable off each other. Donna is fine, but she became a little grating, is the word I'd use at the end. I think the story is underrated, and for what he was trying to achieve, which is a fun episode with a murder mystery and a bit of a historical one, it delivered. I give Unicorn and the Wasp 7 out of 10, as it is still enjoyable to go back and watch, but the original joy from the first time viewing dissipates kind of quickly. The characters are all enjoyable, production generally looks fantastic, didn't really notice any special music, and took more of a minimalistic touch for the music. But it's definitely worth a watch, every 5 years. Go back and watch it. It's one you will go back to more than others, like Fear Her, and other ones which aren't.
Well, I don't think that's kind of worth comparing. It's like
true. Okay, your conclusion.
So this episode, in a lot of ways, is very strong. It nails the murder mystery structure. It nails the time period, and it nails Agatha Christie. Though the issues with stuff with like the connecting, how it ends up in like connecting to Agatha's mind, and as Nick mentioned, Donna at points, like those points do detract from the episode and do, yeah, they lessen like the episode a bit. But other than that, I think a lot of it is very strong and a lot of it is done like very nicely. That's why just my rating of another again 7 out of 10.
Oh, we're so in sync.
We are, like, it's weird, like, what we've done so far.
We've been kind of the same, but yeah. Oh, except Mind Roller. I was one higher because I went 10. But yeah, we generally, just to repeat again, if you haven't heard the other one, we don't actually compare what scores we give until we hear them right now, because then hearing other people's, it sometimes damages your own opinion, because people like to match. That's what it's general human aspect of being like others. So sometimes we try and do it so it doesn't change it, and like so far it's just we seem to have the kind of same opinion
all the time. But that will change at some point.
It will change at some point, and we both know the story it will. Don't tell them. But yes, so I mean, there were nice touches, like when the wasp was kind of coming around that corner bit and its like tail was marking on the ceiling. That was nice. There were lots of nice details, but yeah, it's just not really too much to kind of eat into with this story. It's just kind of it's there, it's enjoyable, enjoy it, and move on. There's better ones to discuss about, because we don't have anything. Yeah, we don't have anything. There's nothing history breaking here to really discuss. It's kind of hard. Fun fact though, of Eyes of Harmony, back on the old channel.
Yeah.
This was actually the one that we were going to review.
This is the episode that killed our channel.
Yeah, we just never got.
That's not a murder mystery.
Yeah, we actually got. We'll have a thumbnail on screen now because we finished that. I think I still got it. And we've actually got the intro opening.
We've got the intro opening.
Well, I meant as talking. I'd have to entirely. We filmed an intro sequence, but I had it edited, but I've lost the original cut. But I do have the clip where we were introducing the episode, which we'll play right now. Welcome back, and the Unicorn and the Wasp aired the 17th of May 2008. Was written by Gareth Roberts. This was his second script for Doctor Who. He had already penned his first script, which was the Shakespeare's Code.
So, what does this murder mystery of Agatha Christie have to offer? Let's find out. Boom!
Yeah, there we go. So we hope you enjoyed that cringe.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Do you have the original script or?
I might do. I have 2 original things, and I have take 1. I have the poster, and I have a picture of Gareth Roberts in the folder. That's what I've got.
And I've got my partially completed script somewhere. So actually, if we decide to, I could put them on screen now, or maybe link them in. I don't know. Discuss that.
Well, my thumbnail's actually pretty decent. I'm still pretty happy with that. But
yeah, no, that's quite nicely done.
I've got it here. But yes. Thank you very much for listening to us. Please subscribe or not.
It's entirely up to you. I mean, don't have your mind affected like Agatha Christie's was with the Vesper form.
Yeah.
You just gotta throw it in the lake sometimes.
And just go for it. So yeah. Don't be a Professor Plum. And yeah, be a bum and click on the wrong stuff and then get killed by lead piping. Yeah.
Yay!
Anyway, yes. So thank you very much for listening. We hope to see you next time. We are the Eyes of Harmony. And thank you for enjoying probably that really cringy video of us. See you next time. Bye!